Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self-love, self-care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today, we're going to talk about not taking yourself so seriously. I'm Lady Bounce.
And I am a Slate.
All right. So live, laugh, love. When's the last time you laughed?
2 seconds ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm doing my best to laugh every single day as often as I can.
What makes you laugh?
So much stuff. So much stuff. I don't know if I've been called goofy. I don't know what it is, but like there's funny memes.
Yes.
There's funny things that happen. I laugh at me. Okay, I laugh at other people. So I'm finding a lot to laugh about lately.
Okay, so you did a TED Talk.
Yay!
TED Talk. Get it. So there was a person at the TED Talk who you said he posted a meme a day. So let's talk about his meme a day. And his memes made you laugh.
So this is Sid Fatum. I hope I said your name right, Sid. But Sid was raised in New Delhi, India, and he moved to Ohio, right? And he's like, he has a master's degree in chemical engineering, and he does some kind of teaching. He's an assistant professor. Now, here's the thing that he does. He does not take himself too seriously. He posts a meme. Matter of fact, okay, the best part of this is Sid did a TED Talk all about memes. Okay.
That's incredible.
So he posted a meme in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. So much so that people were coming to him in his inbox like, dude, where's the meme for today? Aww. This is helping them get through the day, right?
Yes.
So he's posting all these memes. They're creating memes to ask, where are the memes?
Aww.
And if you really think about it, how many memes do you laugh at a day?
Oh,
I laugh
my God.
at a plenty. So
I laugh at plenty, and I have a confession, because I laugh at memes that have subject matter that you're not supposed to joke about, things that you're not supposed to find funny.
Like the one we looked at earlier.
And that's what makes it funny, because you go, like, there's times I look at memes and I'm like, whoever made this is going to hell, but I'm not going to hell for laughing at it, because they made it so I can laugh at it. So somehow I absolve myself of the responsibility.
I mean, I think it's cool because it does. Like, you can go to Facebook, for example. For the most part, I go to Facebook to laugh.
Yes.
I gotta go look for a funny video, or maybe I'll go to look for something inspirational. But if you don't want to hear or see all this other stuff that may have get meshed and thrown into your newsfeed, you can easily find memes and find a way to just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh all day. So I go to Facebook looking for funny memes.
I have one friend who, I have a few, but I have one in particular that I'm thinking about. And he does just that. He posts the illest, funniest memes all day, to the point where people have started calling him names. Like, you're an a-hole. And he goes, what's your point?
What's your point?
And then he goes, when people say, you're a jerk. And he's like, but did you laugh?
Okay. That's all that matters.
And then if you say, yes, you laughed, and he'd be like, so what are we talking about again? And I'm like, just the exchange is hilarious. Like,
yeah, because it's like, stop taking yourself so seriously. I have a real bad habit of taking myself too seriously. Right. And then, so sometimes you're just like, it's not that serious. Just lighten up.
Sometimes you have to, and I say a lot, sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying, because there are some situations where you encounter them and they are sad and depressing. So you have to strategically look for the funny so you can, laugh at it to keep you from crying, sometimes. And then there are other times where, because my day job is what it is and I'm so passionate about it, I do get on Facebook and I just scroll through. Like, I have a group of friends, I call them, in my head, I'd be like, these are my dummies. And they post the funniest memes all day long. So I purposely go to their pages to look for the funny.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely something that you could do. But speaking of where you said there's some things, you know, like where you have to take seriously, or some things that cause depression, I'm going to double back a little bit to what my TEDx experience was like, or what it was about. Mine was to speak to my relationship with mental illness.
Okay.
So the diagnoses for me was anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, borderline schizophrenia. That in itself will drive you insane.
Right.
So
unless you tell people you're a Gemini in disguise, and then nobody bats an eye.
Okay.
If
so
you
then
say
you
I'm
learn
a Gemini,
how to.
then they just go, "Oh yeah, you was born crazy."
Then you learn how to laugh at your own pain. For example, they say, "Are you an Aquarius?" Absolutely. I have the power to calm the tides or ripple the seas. So it's all about perception. So with some honest, serious healing and some supportive people that I was able to, I'll say that I was blessed to work with in the community. I'm going to say it. Sierra Leone, Lee Cross, I love you. I love you to no end. They supported me in finding other ways to live. Okay. So with that said, I started to be more creative with my poetry, right? And I found that, okay, look here. You calling me a schizophrenic? No, baby, I'm an actress. Okay. Then you are so depressed. You're a manic depressant. No, I'm just a little more sympathetic than you. Oh, you have bipolar disorder. No, I'm just more passionate sometimes. Right. So it's all about perception. And then when these things happen, when I have my really, really dark days and I want to go in the hole, thank you, Sid. A meme can pull you out of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, because it gives you something else to focus on and something else to look at. So,
but think of this. People love Winnie the Pooh. So Winnie the Pooh itself originally was a metaphor for mental illness.
I did not know this, but I had a friend. I'm smiling because my best friend, Rochelle, used to say when we were kids, okay, I can laugh at my pain. Kevin Hart, I understand. I can laugh at my pain now. She used to say, you are Eeyore.
Yes.
I don't care. Whether or not I care. Right? Like.
But if you think about it, as humans, Winnie the Pooh's whole thing was spreading love and eating.
Yeah.
Piglet was always afraid of everything. Eeyore was supposedly sad and depressed. Tigger was manic.
Yes.
And bouncing off the walls.
This makes perfect sense.
And then you have the wise old owl, who was the calmer for it all.
Okay.
So if you think about yourself, you have times when you're manic.
Yes.
You've had times when you are calm and chill, when you are the voice of reason, and other times when you can't spell reason.
Right.
So it is a metaphor. And then you have Christopher Robin, who embraced them all and loved them all. So Christopher Robin, in some circles, people say, well, he's God because God loves us all. He embraces us all. And then some say, well, Christopher Robin was the conduit that kept them together. So if you think about your consciousness, your third eye, that's what's keeping all of your pieces together. And
you better come on, sister, and teach. All right.
But you need all of those pieces.
Yeah.
Nobody wants somebody around them who's always happy. Because if I'm having, and I got to be honest, if I'm having a moment where I feel low,
and somebody out happy around you is
and somebody's around me that's bouncing, if you don't sit so happy, I'm human. And then my family nickname is Cricket because I can't sit still. I bounce off the wall. When I'm happy, everybody knows it because they're like, if you don't sit down somewhere.
Right.
So Winnie the Pooh is a metaphor for being human. And that's okay.
Yeah, I won't tell too much more, but I love that when you guys get a chance to, when TEDx Day and releases the videos.
Yes.
Please, remember what Sis Star said here and remember the, Winnie the Pooh story that you just heard and tell me if you can find the similarities in what you see in the TED talk that the TED performance that I did. Yeah. So
and see, for me,
I think that's beautiful
because I am a Gemini, and I'm born in the middle of the month. When I'm having my moments where I'm manic or I'm bouncing or I'm sad, I just go, I'm a Gemini. And then people go, that explains it all.
As long as you have found a way to deal with, to cope, to live with what is afflicting you, let's say. Yeah. Like what's eating Gilbert Grape, what's eating you. You know, it's okay as long as you can find a way to deal with it.
Absolutely.
But who doesn't need a good laugh?
Man.
I mean, everybody needs a good laugh. I
say it at work when we, you know, laugh at our students and some of the things they say and some of the things that they do. I always tell people, where else can you go to work and get paid to laugh this much?
Okay. So you having fun loving what you do. Yeah. I mean,
like there's a video, you know, floating around Facebook of the lady who's on a boat and her eyelashes.
Oh God, with the big butterfly lashes.
She's trying to control them. So we have a couple of girls who have embraced this whole lash culture. Yeah. And they look like that. So when that video was published, I had to show my coworkers and I said, who is this? And they started.
Not nice. Not nice.
They instantly got a picture of who it was. So no, not nice, but hilarious. And then we looked at, you know, one of the girls, you know, came in today with similar eyelashes and we were joking with her and was like, got them caterpillars on your face. And she was like, dang, they like that? She was like, these are minks. And I was like, they look like a mink. And she was like, y'all just mad because y'all can't grow them. And I was like,
I love her.
I said, you know what? You're probably right. However, the way my grandma was set up, I couldn't grow those. She'd got me with the clippers.
I love her.
Not looking like that.
And I love that she was able to take
right. So she was able to laugh at it as opposed to being like, y'all talking stuff about me.
Yeah. No, and speaking of that she was able to laugh with it. Like sometimes you just in the wrong circle. Like maybe let's see, about a month ago, aside from me being extremely hormonal, I wasn't in the right, you know, village, I don't think. Because the people I was around, I believe, I allowed to play a big part, that energy that I was feeling. So I was angry. I was back to being pissed off and tripping. And I was just wanting to just seclude myself and withdraw. You know, sure, that could be a lot of what I have going on here, but then too, my environment played a part in that too. So I should have been a little more selective in who I was surrounding myself with. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we can just be in the wrong circle. Yeah. So you get around happy people.
It takes time to figure that out too, though. I mean,
it's been 41 years. I shouldn't have figured. No. Be gentle with yourself.
You have to be gentle with yourself, and you also have to give yourself the time allowance to figure people out. Yeah. You're not going to meet somebody on Monday and by Friday you've already decided that they're not good for your circle. And then too, like takes a minute.
My mentor said today, like we're constantly evolving.
Yes.
We're constantly evolving. So I have to take that into consideration. We have to take that in consideration too.
Right.
When we're like, oh, that's not funny. Why are you laughing at that? Da, da, da. Okay, it's not funny to you right now. It's funny to me. This is where I'm at right now. It's
and
funny
it might be
me.
funny to you next week.
Yeah, but it's funny to me right now, and I'm gonna laugh loud.
So, like a good hearty laugh. One of them big old
I'm gonna laugh.
The knee slapper hee haw laughs.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like I'm just gonna have to laugh. So yeah.
I mean, you have to, because if you don't take those moments to just sneak away and laugh, the ugliness and the ills of the world is enough to have you in a constant state of anger and a constant state of depression.
Yeah.
And that's taking years off your life.
Which is one of the main reasons why I do not watch TV. Like, I'm pretty much disconnected in some sense. People are like, you don't watch the news? No, I don't.
No.
I do not.
Well, I mean,
if somebody say like, hey, check this article out, or, you know, check this report out, I might glimpse at that, or of course I'll read it about it in Dayton Weekly News or something like that. But for the most part, I just don't. And if I do want to watch something, I'll get like, maybe I'll find something on Netflix. Very rare that I do. But the thing that I was watching most recently was Dave Chappelle's comedy show. Yeah, I want to laugh.
Yes.
And I really love his comedy because it makes you think.
Yes.
And it's funny as hell. It is. I mean, it's funny as hell, especially if you get it.
Right.
So
if you get the intellectual humor, now if you don't get it, then maybe it's not as funny. And
if you don't get it, then that's funny to me too.
I mean, so maybe you need to not you, but maybe that person needs to dig a little bit deeper and find what is funny to you. Yeah. Because the other part of that is what I find funny, you may not find funny now, tomorrow, or ever, and that's okay. But it's funny to me. And then sometimes people laugh at stuff that I don't find it to be funny, but them laughing at it will make me laugh.
Kind of like you see somebody take off running, you run too. But laughter is contagious.
It is contagious.
It really is. It really
I get,
is.
I have two coworkers that I love dearly, and I get fired a couple times a day. And then I purposely will go in their office and I go, okay, look, you haven't fired me in like 2 hours. I got one for you. I got a reason you about to fire me for real now. And they look at me and they go,
your daughter has so much of this in her personality that I can see listening to you right now. I'm like, yes, she does. Like, it's beautiful.
Right. Like, but I've always been, like that. I've always been able to laugh at myself, even in times of despair.
Which
I've been able to find the humor in it. Now, there have been a lot of times where I didn't find it funny until I was out of it.
Yeah.
And then I could look back, with my Mary J. Blige glasses and go, man, that was funny as all get out.
Which is understandable. I mean, what's crazy for me is at 41, I had never even, and I'm being extremely honest, I didn't even know what my laugh was like. It took to have it recorded and I heard it back. And I was like, that is so bad. Take that off. That's stupid. And then another person recorded it. And then another person recorded, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, I told you.
Okay, there's a trend. There's something happening here. And then now I just laugh all the time. 2
of the songs that you're on of Pickett's. When you laugh at the end of your verse, I told you, said that laugh is everything.
And then when I did think when I was
it's everything.
When I recorded my first 2 albums with Big Beats Music, he did the same thing. And I was like, are you serious? You're going to keep that? And I was like, yeah, okay. But now, oh hell, I laugh and it's a little weird and it's weird
funny. To you, but it's not, it's not weird to other people.
It's funny, but yeah. So, I mean, just laugh, enjoy, hear the sound of your own laugh. Yeah. I mean, because I would much rather hear myself laughing obnoxiously in a room by myself rather than sobbing.
Absolutely.
And just crying and that. But
because it keeps you when you're sad like that, it keeps you in that pattern. And as you start to pull yourself out of being sad, it feels weird. So then you got to think about something else that makes you sad because you want to stay there because you don't like it, but it's comfortable. And so we tend to stay in spaces physically and mentally that are comfortable. So it takes a lot of work to get into a habit of staying in a space where, okay, I'm sad today, but tomorrow I bet I won't be.
See, and that's a big thing with mental illness is finding the way to pull yourself out of that space. I went to a Sunday service. It wasn't Kanye's, but I went to a Sunday service.
You ain't go to Kanye's?
This past Sunday.
Lil Duval has a Sunday service. Did you watch? I know you don't watch TV. I don't have cable, but I watched the performances from the BET Hip Hop Awards. So Lil Duval comes out and does a skit where he does a Sunday service.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
It was hilarious.
It's
like Lil Duval is so stupid. I'm gonna send it to you just that clip so you can watch it.
I'm living my best life.
Yes,
dude. Okay.
And kill him with the shoulders.
And kill him with the shoulders. I don't know, kill him with the shoulders, but yeah, live your best life and smile. Yes, I like him. If you can't laugh at that, that's something too. But yeah, so I went to the Sunday service and Miss Bishop Lofton had said that a lot of times, this part I'm paraphrasing, a lot of times we get stuck in a situation and we get stuck in a place and we're struggling there because of our own choice. I heard you say Christopher Robin could very well be God. Okay, we all have a God within us, right?
Yes.
You know?
You better.
Okay, so here we are stuck in this place of despair, of darkness. But why are you stuck there? Because the Most High God is a moving God, is what this bishop said. The Most High God is already in next year. That page has already been turned, and you still stuck in this chapter, baby. Right. Laugh hard and get to moving. Okay. Get to moving the best way that you can. And for me, laughter takes me somewhere else. By the time my eyes finish watering and the time I stand back up from being doubled over, I'm in a whole new zone. Cause you do get this kind of cloudy thing that happens in your head. Mm-hmm. Like it's truly like a euphoric moment when you have a good hearty laugh. And you have to catch your breath. You have to catch your breath because what's the quote? Life is not about how many moments you have, but the moments that take your breath away.
Right. It's not about how many breaths you take, but the moments that take your breath away.
Exactly. There we go. So these things to me are important, and we usually have very serious topics, and believe it or not, learning how to laugh and let things go and not take yourself so seriously is a serious topic.
It is a serious topic. And as you were talking about that, and I'm thinking about, like my circle, one of the things that attracted me to my husband is that he is a goofball. Mm-hmm. When people see him, they think that he's this menacing, just strong, negative, I'm gonna kick your butt just because kind of a guy. Mm-hmm. But he's so a goofball. And there are times where I have been in my feelings and he has made me laugh, and I'd be like, oh, you get on my nerves, I hate you.
See, that is beautiful.
Because right now I want to be mad, and he will be like, you mad, but you've been mad for like 20 minutes and you wasting time. So now I'm gonna make you laugh. And he does some of the goofiest stuff.
That's beautiful.
He says some goofy stuff. You have been witness to some of these moments, and I've been like, I can't. I'm laughing right now because I'm just thinking about like the stupid stuff he does, and I'm like, you so goofy. Like we had a whole debate the other day about
there's that balance
about butts. So
I like big butts in a can.
Exactly. So we had this debate as I'm walking through the house and he pats me on the butt. Not a big deal. I was like, why are you doing that? And he was like, because that's what butts are for. He was like, it's whack-a-butt. And I was like, what? Whack-a-butt. He said, that's what they're for. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put a poll on Facebook and ask people, when you see a butt, exposed or not, what is the proper protocol? And he was like, you should do that just to see what people say. And then I thought about it. I'm like, I'm a teacher. I'm all stuffy. I'm all smart. And if I put that,
don't take yourself so seriously. Do it.
Right. I think I'm going to do it because he said that that's what butts are for. And if it's a exposed skin butt, it's really perfect.
Gosh, and make sure you put the Dionne Warwick remix on there too.
That's what butts are for.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was like, he looked at me and said, it's whack-a-butt. And he was so serious when he said it. And I was like, it's what? It's like, what is wrong with you? Who thinks like you? And he's like, that's what they're for. He said, ask anybody. My
goodness.
So now I have to ask because the smart aleck in me has to prove him wrong, right? Like I have to. So it is going to be a poll. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, I might even make it public just because I want people to share. Find it on Facebook and weigh in. What are butts for? If you see an exposed butt, what is its purpose?
And be mindful of the consequences of your response if action follows. Speaking of mindfulness, we're going to move to our mindfulness minute for this week. Remember,
I'm sorry.
Our mindfulness moment for this week is awareness of the 3 fields of breath. I have been taught to take 3 deep breaths to recenter myself when I feel out of alignment, when I feel nervous, when I feel fear approaching. I take 3 deep breaths to recenter myself and align myself with the Most High and stay connected. Here we have Ray Bradbury, an American author, said, learning to let go should be learned before learning to get. Life should be touched, not strangled. You've got to relax, let it happen at times, and at others, move forward with it. I mean, I think that's beautiful. It goes on to say, Take some deep inhalations, noticing the 3 areas of abdomen, side ribs, and upper chest. Try to breathe into each of these areas in isolation and then fill all 3 with the inhaled breath. Think not only about inhaling air, but about inhaling prana, the cosmic energy. Picture this energy moving up the spinal column from the base of the spine to the top of your head and beyond. Picture a white light sending peace and healing to your mind and body. Let it purify your spirit of any feelings of regret or self-depreciation. Take a minute, a mindfulness minute this week to be aware of the 3 fields of breath. Recenter yourself and have fun with that as you're laughing your way to the next day.
Okay, so you know what you should do? I just thought about this. You should record bedtime stories. Oh my God. Because I was like, I feel so calm right now.
She was getting sleepy. You feel yourself getting very sleepy. All right. And so our self-care minute before you fall asleep, our self-care minute is find your tribe before you go to bed, because you don't want to wake up with a group of strangers that's angry and you can't even laugh with them. All right. So just go out there, take some time to find your tribe. You can join Facebook groups, meetups, check out your local library, join a professional organization, volunteer, or join a group at church. Make a list of at least 3 organizations or groups that you want to check out and schedule an opportunity to do so today. Be aware of your 3 breaths and also find your tribe, homie or home girl. And now it is time for our brain science.
We need some dancers in the background while you do that. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Are they gonna have big butts?
Yes. Yes, not exposed, but yes.
Not exposed. And we will not be having a whack-a-butt session with them either.
Because exposed butts means whack-a-butt. And we don't play those games here. Fly with us.
Okay, let's get to our brain science.
All right, so we're laughing. There is science behind laughter. Mm-hmm. So this is 6 science-based reasons why laughter is the best medicine. We already know that laughing is a great way to deal with stress. There's science to back it up. Research into laughter goes a little bit further, revealing that it's a potent drug with its contagious power of a virus that conveys a slew of benefits for the mind and the body. So, 6 reasons. 1, laughter is a potent endorphin releaser, which is what you talked about when you said those things that are floating around. Those are your endorphins. So, a recent study has said the more opioid receptors are given a boost with your laughter, it has in your brain a more powerful effect. Okay. Highly addictive opioid drugs like heroin also bind to those receptors, suggesting that laughter induces euphoria, not unlike a narcotic.
Dope.
Minus the side effects and drawbacks. Laughter contagiously forms social bonds. The endorphin effect described above also explains why social laughter is so contagious. Spreading endorphin releases through groups promotes a sense of togetherness and safety. Each brain in a social unit is a transmitter of those feelings, which triggers the feel-goods in the other brains via laughter. Mm-hmm. So it's like a game of endorphin dominoes. Mm-hmm. That's why when someone starts laughing, others will laugh, even if they're not sure what everyone is laughing about. Laughter fosters brain connectivity. Not all laughter is the same, and it turns out that decoding a laugh is a challenging effect from the scientists. Mm-hmm. So one study they did found differences in how we perceive, for example, joyous laughter versus a taunting laughter versus tickling laughter, each of which activates connections between different brain regions. What this all amounts to is that laughter fosters rigorous brain region connectivity that kicks in when we hear a laugh, as our brains work to decipher what sort of communication is coming through. Mm-hmm. So different situations cause different types of laughter, and your brain quickly figures out which is is why when someone's laughing at somebody getting bullied, your brain kicks in and goes, that's not funny.
Exactly.
So that's why. Laughter is central to relationships, not just male-female relationships, but all relationships among people. Women laugh 126% more than their male counterparts, while men seem to instigate laughter the most. Mm-hmm. And there's an interesting application of those results to how relationships are formed and maintained. Women typically rate a sense of humor as a top 3 trait for a potential mate.
Right.
Boom.
Make you laugh. Mm-hmm.
Men tend to rate women who laugh a lot at their jokes higher than those who don't. So it's no surprise that couples who laugh together report having higher quality relationships when laughter is involved. Which is probably why we've been together for 20 years, because we laugh at ourselves.
Maybe that's why my guy dealt with me. I laughed at the silliness.
Laughter has an effect similar to antidepressants. Here we go. Laughing activates the release of the neurotransmitter serotonin, the same brain chemical affected by the most common types of antidepressants. Mm-hmm. It's not clear from the research how long this effect sticks around, but the burst of brain activity that laughing triggers is undoubtedly potent, at least for short periods of time. So laugh more, take less prescriptions. I like it.
It's true.
Last but not least, laughter protects your heart. Research has shown us that laughter has an anti-inflammatory effect that protects blood vessels and heart muscles from the damaging effects of cardiovascular disease. How this happens isn't entirely understood, but it seems related to lessening the body's stress response, which is directly linked to increased inflammation. Regular hearty laughter should probably be part of every heart disease prevention program.
I love it. Hearty laughter protects your heart.
And your brain.
All right.
And then if you think about it in terms of our opioid epidemic, which is a nationwide crisis, not to be laughed at in any shape, form, or fashion. However, I wonder if those people laughed more, what would that do to the drug industry?
I like that thought. I like that idea. That is something to definitely consider. This week, take some time to love up on somebody, to tell a joke, even if it's a funny one.
To play whack-a-butt.
Whatever you need to do to get the laugh out of you. I am not ticklish, so you're going to have to come a little bit.
Oh my gosh, my feet are so ticklish. Oh my God. I
am not ticklish at all. But I like my heart to be tickled with laughter. So keep making me laugh. I'm going to do my best to keep making you smile and be inspired. I am A Slate, and you can, wait a minute. I am A Slate, and
I'm Lady Bounce.
And you can find us on Facebook,
YouTube,
Instagram,
SoundCloud,
Twitter,
and email. I was like, wait a minute. I always forget one. At flywithusla@gmail.com. Look for me on Facebook, because I am going to post my whack-a-butt poll, because I got to know. Is it a guy thing? And how do the ladies feel about it? I got to know, because it triggers my brain. So now I got to know.
So look for the whack-a-butt poll. Also look for the TEDx dating videos to be posted if you didn't get to come out because you were at work.
Right.
Or at home with the babies. Or, right.
Or at school with the babies.
So yeah, tune in next week. I am A Slate.
I'm Lady Bounce.
And we out of here.
We out.